Imagine standing in a quiet meadow, the earth soft beneath your feet, the air alive with the promise of growth. You feel a stirring within, a longing to become more, kinder, wiser, stronger. But how do you begin? Mencius, the ancient Chinese philosopher, offers a timeless answer. Cultivate your heart as you would cultivate a field, and your virtues will grow. These words are more than wisdom. They're a map, a guide to nurturing the best parts of yourself. They remind you that personal growth is like tending a garden, patient, deliberate, full of hope. Today, we'll explore this profound truth, uncover its meaning, and discover how to sow the seeds of virtue in your own heart. Let's walk this path together with openness and courage, and see how cultivating your heart can transform your life. Life is a field of challenges, rich with potential but fraught with weeds. You might dream of being a better person, more compassionate, more resilient, more true, but the world makes it hard. There's the rush of daily life, pulling you in 100 directions. Work, family, endless tasks that leave little time for self-reflection. You might feel weighed down by anger, frustration, or doubt, emotions that choke the growth you seek. Perhaps you've tried to change, made resolutions, set goals, but old habits creep back, like stubborn weeds. The pressure to be perfect can be overwhelming, as if you need to transform overnight or risk failure. You're not alone in this. We all face moments when our hearts feel barren, when kindness feels out of reach, when patience wears thin. Society doesn't always help. It rewards speed, success, and appearances, often neglecting the quiet work of inner growth. You might see others who seem to radiate virtue, calm, generous, grounded, and wonder why you fall short. The truth is, they too have struggled. They too have faced the same barriers. Fear of vulnerability, the temptation to give up, the distraction of a noisy world. The challenge isn't just to want to grow. It's to nurture your heart consistently, to clear away the weeds and tend the soil even when it's hard. Mencius's words offer hope. Cultivate your heart as you would cultivate a field, and your virtues will grow. This isn't about instant change or flawless results. It's about small, steady efforts, acts of kindness, moments of reflection that prepare your heart for growth. The problems are real, but so is your capacity to overcome them. Your heart is a field, waiting for you to tend it, ready to yield virtues if you're willing to begin. Let's dive into the philosophy behind Mencius's words. Mencius, a towering figure in Confucian thought, believed that human nature is inherently good, like a seed destined to sprout if nurtured. His quote, "Cultivate your heart as you would cultivate a field, and your virtues will grow," reflects his view that virtues, kindness, righteousness, wisdom, are not gifts bestowed upon us. They're qualities we develop through care and effort. To Mencius, the heart is the seat of our moral nature, the soil where our best selves take root. Just as a farmer prepares a field, clearing stones, tilling earth, planting seeds, so must we tend our hearts, removing negativity, fostering compassion, and nurturing patience. This philosophy is deeply hopeful. It says you already carry the seeds of virtue within you. Your task is to cultivate them. Personal growth, in Mencius's view, is a process of cultivation, not creation. You're not building something from nothing. You're uncovering what's already there. This requires intention and patience. A field doesn't yield crops overnight, and neither does the heart yield virtues without time. Mencius's wisdom also speaks to balance. Cultivation isn't forceful. It's gentle, consistent, aligned with the natural rhythms of growth. You cultivate your heart through daily choices, listening instead of arguing, forgiving instead of holding grudges, reflecting instead of reacting. These acts, small as they seem, are the plow and water that prepare your heart for greatness. Mencius's philosophy is a call to trust in your potential, to believe that with care, your virtues will flourish. Cultivate your heart as you would cultivate a field, and your virtues will grow is an invitation to see yourself as a gardener of your soul, capable of transforming your inner world through steady, hopeful effort. This isn't about perfection. It's about progress, about tending your heart with love and faith, knowing that every small act of virtue plants a seed for a better you. To understand the depth of this quote, let's travel back to ancient China, to the Warring States period around the 4th century BCE. This was a time of turmoil, with kingdoms battling for dominance, societies unraveling, and people searching for stability. Mencius, a disciple of Confucian ideals, traveled from state to state, teaching rulers and commoners alike about the power of goodness. His philosophy was a beacon in this chaotic era, offering a vision of humanity rooted in moral growth. Cultivate your heart as you would cultivate a field, and your virtues will grow was a revolutionary idea in a world obsessed with power and conquest. Rulers sought victory through armies. Mencius urged them to seek it through virtue. Imagine a farmer in ancient China toiling under a harsh sun, knowing that a single season's neglect could mean starvation. Mencius's words would have resonated deeply, drawing on the familiar rhythm of agriculture to teach a universal truth. The heart, like a field, requires care, patience to clear weeds, diligence to plant seeds, faith to wait for growth. In a society where Confucian scholars debated ethics and rival philosophies like Taoism and legalism vied for influence, Mencius stood out for his optimism. He believed everyone could cultivate virtue, not just the elite. His teachings, recorded in the Book of Mencius, reached farmers, artisans, and kings, offering hope that personal growth was within everyone's grasp. This historical context gives the quote its weight. Born in a time of strife, it speaks to the enduring human desire to grow, to nurture goodness, to find meaning through inner work. Mencius's message was a call to action, urging people to tend their hearts as carefully as they tended their fields, trusting that virtues would blossom in time. Now, let's bring this wisdom to life through a story. In a village nestled by a winding river, there lived a man named Hao, a carpenter known for his skill but not his temper. Hao dreamed of being a man of peace, someone whose presence calmed others, but his heart was often a storm, quick to anger, slow to forgive. He knew the teachings of the sages, knew he should be patient, kind, but living those truths felt impossible. The village was small, and grudges grew like weeds. How sharp words often left wounds. One spring, a wandering teacher came to the village, her robes patched, but her eyes bright. How, weary of his own heart, sought her counsel. "I know I should be better," he said, "but my anger always wins." The teacher smiled. "Cultivate your heart as you would cultivate a field, and your virtues will grow," she said. Hao was puzzled. "How do I cultivate a heart?" The teacher replied, "Start small. Each day, do one kind act, reflect on one moment of anger, and let it go. Tend your heart like a field, and patience will grow." Hao was skeptical, but he tried. The next day, he helped a neighbor repair a fence, biting back his usual complaints. That night, he thought of a quarrel and chose to forgive. Day by day, he planted small seeds, listening to a child's story, sharing his tools, pausing before snapping. The work wasn't easy. Anger still flared, old habits lingered, and some days, Hao felt he'd failed. But he kept tending, kept cultivating. Months passed, and the village began to change. Neighbors smiled at Hao, sought his advice, felt his calm. Hao wasn't perfect, but his heart was softer, his virtues, patience, kindness, beginning to bloom. One day, he realized he was no longer the man of storms, but a man of peace, his dream taking root. Hao's story is yours. Your heart, like his, is a field waiting for you to cultivate it, ready to grow virtues if you start small and keep going. What does this mean for you? Cultivate your heart as you would cultivate a field, and your virtues will grow is a blueprint for personal growth. Life's challenges, stress, anger, distraction can make your heart feel barren, but they don't define you. Your power lies in the choice to cultivate, to tend your inner world with care. This lesson is simple yet profound. You don't need to change everything at once. Start small, an act of kindness, a moment of patience, a pause to reflect. These are the seeds of virtue, and with time, they'll grow into compassion, resilience, wisdom. Mencius's wisdom teaches you to trust in your goodness, to believe that your heart is fertile ground for growth. Cultivation takes effort, but it's not about force. It's about consistency, about showing up each day to tend your heart. It's okay to stumble, to face setbacks, to feel the weeds of doubt. What matters is that you keep cultivating, keep planting, keep believing. This takeaway is your guide. No virtue is out of reach if you're willing to nurture it. Let go of the need to be perfect. Embrace the process, the slow beauty of growth. Your heart is a field, and every small act of care is a seed that will bloom. So, take a deep breath, feel the hope rising within you, and begin. Cultivate your heart as you would cultivate a field, and your virtues will grow, shaping you into the person you're meant to be. Let's hold this truth close one more time. Cultivate your heart as you would cultivate a field, and your virtues will grow. Mencius's words are a gift, a reminder that you carry the seeds of greatness within you. You stand at the edge of your own field, a kinder heart, a wiser mind, a stronger spirit. The challenges are real, but so is your capacity to grow. Tend your heart with small, steady acts of virtue. Let them be imperfect, let them be yours. With each seed you plant, you'll grow closer to the person you dream of being. The world is waiting for your goodness, your light, your unique journey. So go, cultivate, grow. Cultivate your heart as you would cultivate a field, and your virtues will grow, blooming into a life of hope and purpose.